Unlock the door, bitch. I'm on my way, and I got chicken strips.
I don't know why they call them chasers. It's not like Chubbs can run real fast.
Double vodka with hot brownie chasers.
She just wanted to watch me eat it. Naked.
I can't say that. That's dirty.
Chasers will do anything to get into your pants. I love them.
Stop it! Stop!
Oh, God.
Chubbs Gone Wild.
Hey there, welcome to Chubbs Gone Wild, episode 514, recorded on October 11th, 2023. Happy coming out day, Tom.
Thanks. Did you know it's Cleve Jones's birthday as well?
Really? No, I didn't. Wow. He's pretty cool. You know, I actually one of my clients is a Cleve Jones award winning person in the HIV community. Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. It's currently 74 degrees and sunny outside the Chubbs Gone Wild remote studios, where it is 20 days till Halloween, 43 days till Thanksgiving, 57 till Hanukkah, 71 till winter solstice, 75 till Christmas, 76 till Kwanzaa, and 82 until New Year's Day. I'm thrilled. Are you thrilled?
Well, when they come fast and furious.
I know. I'm like, just wait. I'm like, we wait and we wait and we spend the entire year waiting, and then all of a sudden they're here, and then they just go zoom. So bizarre. Anyway, hey, so our holiday package that was sent to Mr. Phoenix Day was a huge success, a huge treat. He enjoyed it very, very much.
Well, it was nice seeing all the stuff fanned out since I didn't get to see much of what was in the box ahead of time.
Well, you got to see some of it.
I know I didn't go through it though, you know.
Yeah.
Just nice seeing all the fun stuff.
Right. Real quick, let's talk about some Patreon. Patreon offers folks a way to support creators and receive rewards not open to the general public, like special podcasts, videos, books, and more. And we want to thank our current patrons, Clint, Nephi, Nick, DJ Sausage from the Universe, Eric, Sean, Kingsley, Brother Snadis, Phoenix Dave, and Moose P. Please visit patreon.com/Matt Burlingame to find out how you can become a supporter of our projects for as little as $1 a month. And all of our patrons are getting ready to get a copy of the Fortune Cookie audiobook, which should be out this month. Yay! All right. Time for a little quick meditation. Deep breath and release. Every morning I write down 10 things that I love. Every evening I write down 10 things I am grateful for.
Boy, they do a lot of writing, don't they?
I was going to say 10's a little, when I wake up in the morning, I'm lucky to remember to, I don't know. So 3 maybe. Say it out loud, maybe. Write down 10 things, you're pushing it. Anyway. Well, on October 11th, 2002, former President Jimmy Carter wins the Nobel Peace Prize for his decades of untiring effort to find peaceful solutions to international conflicts, to advance democracy and human rights, and to promote economic and social development. He is, because he is still with us, quite an amazing man.
Well, I still think he's one of the best presidents we ever had. Yeah. I know a lot of people don't think that because he didn't rule with an iron fist or lied to them, constantly as the president, but he was I mean, up until last year, he was still doing the housing, the
Habitat for Humanity, I think.
thank you. Yes, he was still, him and Roslyn were still doing that last year. He was 98, she was like 94,
Yeah.
and they were still out there hammering nails. I can't hammer in nails for more than a nail, and I'm
I
done.
know.
And it's he was just one of those amazing kind of people that we were lucky to have as a president.
Absolutely.
As we have seen, there's ways that you can get terrible presidents.
Yes.
And it seems to happen a lot.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
every 12 years. Anyway, all right. Well, today we celebrate some holidays, including You Go Girl Day. I haven't celebrated that, so I'll tell you, You Go Girl. There, I celebrated. It's also Emergency Nurses, General Pulaski Memorial Day. She was the doctor on Star Trek Next Generation for a while. Anyway, also International Day of the Girl Child. I guess Coming Out Day. That qualifies for us too.
Well, yeah, not coming out for the girl child. I know, and see, this is another thing. I always felt cheated. They go, oh, the coming out for the girl child. Well, that has to do with the fact that, some countries, if they find out they're having a girl child, they magically stop having a girl child. So I understand what it is, but it just seems like I'm always on the bad side.
I know. White male.
White male.
At least you're gay, though.
Yeah, but now I was talking to somebody, actually, a listener.
You froze up, girl. Give it a chance. Give it a
Great.
moment. There you go.
Or-
Okay, you froze up. Go ahead. Try again.
Okay. Gay male, that doesn't matter. White males, as long as they're gay, if they have, balding, it doesn't matter. It's a white male is a white male, and you're shit. And I went, oh, thank you very much. Okay.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay.
I know their reference was in the eyes of the people who feel that they're being picked on, or they're being, they're being labeled the bad ones in like they're the pests, and we're the ones, spraying for pests. I don't know, but it's just it's like, I am not that guy. So why is it that I keep being labeled that guy? Because I'm white, and I hate it, and it makes me angry, and it makes me sound more like one of those assholes I don't want to be.
Well, it's also weird when you don't feel like you have white privilege or privilege, even though you're white, and yet you do.
I know.
I mean, obviously, we know that we benefit from white privilege. Especially in the past, we've experienced it a lot. But at the same time, because of being gay and being poor or being fat, you don't feel that you have privilege because you're constantly being picked on, beaten up, put down.
Well, it's kind of like it's like on Survivor. Okay, well, we're in the group that seems to be running the whole tribe, right, on Survivor. But I'm first one out of that tribe as soon as we lose everybody else. So you're on the bottom of the list for those guys. Doesn't that, when do you get to push yourself up to the top of the other list? Because look at this quality and this quality, and this is this and this, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
Your whiteness and your maleness has completely wiped away any of your pluses.
Yeah, it's a really weird dynamic. So anyway, all right. International Top Spinning Day. So many comments coming to mind.
No, is that like an ice skating thing?
Top spinning. Oh no, it's the toy tops and you spin them. I automatically went to you go to a guy who's at least a top or a top verse and spin them and then see who they. I don't know.
That's what the ice skating thing was, the twirling top, spinning top.
Yeah, that are there though? Are there tops in ice skating?
Yes.
Because
I am always surprised that there are always tops in everything.
huh?
Even things like ice skating. And I mean, I've known some hairdressers that were, like macho tops
Yeah.
in bed, and outside they were, screamers.
Hmm. Okay. It's Kraken Day. Release the Kraken Day.
Okay.
So we have top days and crack and days.
Okay, Kraken. Since we're talking about the Kraken,
Okay.
you know what the Kraken is, right?
Yes.
Okay, now you know that in Seattle, their hockey team is called the Kraken.
No, I did not.
Well, and the reason I bring that up is that as of yesterday, the day before coming out day,
Mhm.
the NHL has now done away with all of their event days, things like pink, wear pink for breast cancer, rainbow for the gay community,
Yeah.
any of those. And they do a lot of them all year long. They do them for different kinds of communities and races, and but they're all around. Well, one person on a team didn't want to do the pride one.
Yeah.
One person. And so now hockey has now eliminated all of those opportunities to let the team say how much they appreciate those people who are their fans.
Right.
Because that's what it's there for.
Yeah.
It's appreciation from the team. But because one person hates gay people, that's all gone. And a lot of people are going, well, but they got rid of the one for breast cancer. Shame on them. They got rid of the one for the Ukraine. Shame on them. They got rid of, name whatever they got rid of, and shame on them. So, but they're going, but they're getting rid of it for everybody. Oh, so the gays are once again causing everybody to not get something because they're too busy pushing their own agenda. No, that's not what it is, but that's exactly how it gets painted. And when I say, and when other people say, they are, okay, when you're breaking up a piece of stone and you just keep breaking away at it and breaking away, and it's not the whole thing, it's still intact, but you're breaking away. It's the, it's when they say, oh, they're coming for the gays, this is what it means, coming for the gays. First it's they take away this. Next, it's they won't let kids choose their pronouns in school, or they're going to call their parents and expose them as coming out. And all the school will know that these kids are those kids. So, it's continuing and continuing. We say, oh, we've made so much progress, and we are stepping back.
Yep.
Every day we step back a little further because we don't want any problems. We don't want problems. We just want everyone to love each other. Well, that's not going to happen. Well, then, okay, take it away.
Right. Well, and the thing is that they're like, oh, well, it's the gays. The gays take it away from everybody. No, it's the Christians.
They, the
well, let me
complain.
rephrase that. It is the uber conservative religious nutcases. Let's not just label Christians. Let's put it at
it goes
across
the board.
But it's religion. It's religious people that they have to fuck up everything for everybody.
Right. But they really, and they're willing for it to be everybody just so they can make sure the gays get it.
Or the other religions don't get it, because goodness knows if hockey supports, a Jewish holiday,
right, exactly. And
they're repressing Christians. Well,
and today it's a really another good example of that happening to religious affiliations. So
Yeah.
it's all ugly and it's all bad and it makes me mad. But I want people to understand that it's not all hearts and roses. It's not, oh, gays don't even like sports, so what does it matter? Well, it doesn't matter if we like sports or not, me and you.
Right.
My husband likes hockey.
Let's not forget
Our
Sater,
dear
who
friend
is flipping
Spader
out
loves
over it.
hockey.
What?
And he's not happy about this either, by the way.
No. But some of the hockey players I think are still trying to do it.
Well, most of, the thing is that most of the team, all of the team except for the one person that complained, was all for this. But they're doing the same thing, in with baseball and basketball. It's like, you know what, you're making millions of dollars a year to wear a uniform. Now, whether that uniform has a rainbow flag on it or a pink ribbon or a red ribbon or some fucking ribbon, you're getting paid to wear the uniform. Shut up and wear the uniform.
Yep.
And unless there's a swastika on it, I don't want to hear complaining.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Let's move forward with National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work and School Day.
Already here. Oh, wait.
Yeah, that's true. You got your teddy. I got here. I got a rainbow Snoopy.
Not a teddy.
Oh, he's a teddy to me. Okay. And he goes well with my other Snoopy and my other Snoopy.
Okay, people, do not send him more Snoopies.
No, you sent me Snoopies. Snoopy is my little spirit animal.
Nah.
The day I was born, a Snoopy was put into my crib, and ever since I have just been a Snoopy person, so to speak. That came out weird. Anyway, moving on. National Coming Out Day.
I don't think it's Snoopy. I think it's called Judgmental. Okay, what's the next one?
National Coming Out Day. So obviously we've talked about this on past years, and coming out is a process that sometimes you come out just in a general kind of, not even saying you're coming out, you just come out. But do you remember the very first person that you ever told?
No.
Yeah, I'm not sure I do either. I think it was a girl that I grew up with that I think I was no, actually it was before that. I think it was one of my friends in 7th grade. And I didn't actually even know the words. It was more like, I like guys. I didn't even really understand. I mean, although I was being called fag and stuff like that, other people knew before I did.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, even I don't remember saying it, although it's funny because in my group of friends in high school, it was funny after high school, there was a group of us and we're all like, it was the guys and the girls, we're all hanging out, and I remember we were talking about how, I had sex with so-and-so and so-and-so, and so-and-so had sex with so-and-so and so-and-so, that person had sex with me and so-and-so. And then we were laughing about it, right? And then we looked at the girls and go, okay, who had sex with who? And they're like, we were all sitting waiting for you to have sex with us. Okay, sorry. Sorry. But the thing was, I don't remember. I mean, I've been coming out more in my, the last 10 years than I've been coming out, that I actually came out when I was younger, because it was either by guilt by association, so I didn't have to come out, or, they made the assumption themselves, so I didn't have to come out. But actually, it's been kind of fun because every once in a while, someone will go, so who's your number your plus one? I go, that'll be my husband. I'm sorry. My husband will be my plus one. Oh, okay. All all right.
Yeah.
And that's and what is his name? You know, that it's kind of fun because and Sean does it all the time too. He'll be like, okay, yeah, my husband and I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, my husband.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm like,
It's
so
kind of
it's
cool.
and
Yeah.
most people are really cool about it, but every once in a while you see their spine go stiff and cold, and it's like,
Uh,
oh, okay, this one was by surprise. Okay, that's kind
yeah,
of fun.
my mom is, I think, been the one that's been outing me more. She's quite open about it. And when she was in the facility, they kept asking her something like, "Well, do you have grandchildren?" And she'd be like, "No, my son's gay, so I don't really think I'm going to be having grandchildren." And they're like, "Oh, but that's wonderful. And I know all these gay people, and you can still have he can still have kids. He can adopt, and he can do this, and he can." And so, but she was just very like, "Nah." It's a far cry from when I was like 16, and she was not happy.
Well,
And I
when you
wasn't even out to her yet, but she said she knew since I was 4.
yeah, but you got to remember that um that you're stuck in a wagon train, and the last thing you need is to have your son be the weird one on the wagon train as you're
Oh,
heading up to California from the East Coast. And it might help with the Indians because we don't really know about them, but
Native
uh,
Americans, indigenous people. But
I
yes,
know, but
yeah,
they were called Indians when you guys were traveling cross country,
that's true.
if
That's
not
very,
other
very
things.
true. And of course, half my family was running from them, and the other half was, probably running after them, pending. But it's weird when you're looking back at, knowing that your family was like there from the very beginning and wondering, okay, how much did they partake in, X,
Yeah,
Y, Z?
well,
So,
it's I was watching True Blood. This
mm,
isn't my week, by the way. I'm just mentioning this. And what happened is Suki just found out that she comes from a line of fairies, which
mhm,
you remember from the show.
yeah.
And they're like, she's going fairies. Now, how am I all fairy? And he goes, and Bill's like, well, no, you're part human and part fairy. And she goes, but how? Wait, so my family is derived from rape, and it reminded me of when you told me that your dad had mentioned that there was a slave woman that was probably a
Uh-huh.
grandmother at some point, and I had said to you, well, you were disturbed, and it wasn't the fact that it was that you had a black grandmother; it was the fact that how did you have a black grandmother? And I said, well, you were
Exactly.
kind of your family has been produced through rape, and
Yeah.
you were a little upset when I said that, and then I said, but then before probably the 20th century, there's been a lot of families that have been made through rape because
Uh-huh.
women were they were property
Yeah.
back at a certain time, and they shut their mouth and did what they wanted to, and a
Oh,
woman
what
that
they had
backmouthed
to.
if a
Yep.
woman backmouthed her husband, what he did to her was deserved.
Mm,
So it was terrible time.
yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Once
And
again,
what really
white
makes me
men,
unhappy, what
white
makes
men,
me
not gay men, not
right,
gay white men, but white heterosexual men were the problem and always have been.
right. What really bothers me about that too is that all the genealogy and everything that I have tried to, that I, research and work on and everything, that is a part of my family that my biological family, that I will probably never be able to find or trace,
Right.
or and that bothers me because I would like to be able to honor her. But with the 23andMe genetics, uh they keep popping up with new relatives all the time, and so many of my like relatives that trace back to that kind of period are black, and it's just like there's this whole side of things that I may never be able to figure out. But anyway, all right, moving on. Also, it's National Fossil Day. It's My Party Day. That was a tough movie to watch. Kimberly, National Kimberly Day. Kimberly came before Karen, I guess. I don't know. And then there was, Pet Obesity Awareness Day. I am quite aware of it. Sausage pizza. There was a special for sausage pizza today. Really kind of wanted to get one. National Stop Bullying. Take Your Parents to Lunch Day. Well, I could make my parent lunch. You know what was really weird? I was laying in bed. Actually, I think it was last night. And it's kind of like, 2 a.m. and you're falling asleep, and all of a sudden you have one of those weird thoughts. And my weird thought last night was, my father is dead. And it's like that reality that that's real. That happened. It's done. And I'm sure you know that feeling. Anyway, moving on. It's also National Stop Bullying Day. Take Your Parents to Lunch. Food Heritage. America's Violence Everywhere Today. Stop. Don't do it. Stop America's Violence Everywhere Today. And those are the days that we celebrated today.
I'm going to shut the front door
Okay.
because somebody is not following the rules and has their air blower. It's a
Okay.
fast run one.
All righty. Well, and with that, we're going to be moving into birthdays. And let's see. Well, we do have some, it'll pop up here for me. We do have some fun birthdays coming up, including today. Happy birthday to Bob Carl Tosh, Tomas in Sweden, and Jeffrey. That's right, one of my former publishers, Jeffrey. Also, recent birthdays. Happy birthday to LOL and Autumn. Upcoming. Happy birthday coming up here quickly to Lee and Roberta, and a birthday, in memorandum birthday to Tom.
Me?
Actually, he used to work at the theater with us, and he just passed away this year. Steve's husband.
Oh, Tom. Yeah, Tom. Okay.
Also, happy birthday to Holly, Marin, Greg, Daniel, Joe. We've got local political hopeful Braden. We've got Alan, Melinda, Miranda. Well, I always forget the other name, but she is absolutely amazing. We got to meet her in Vegas, and she does independent card making. Very, very cool stuff. Also, happy birthday to Louis, Daniel, Richard, Casey, RC, that RC Martinez, Mark, Edwin, and Ryan, who played Bob in the 9/11 play that I wrote many, many years ago. What we got next? So happy birthday, everybody. Feedback. Well, Sean wrote in and said, watching both Clone Wars and Rebels will add a lot of context to Osaka, or Asuka, however you say it. I'm kind of surprised Lucasfilms produced a live-action version that ties in so directly to these animated shows. And I agree. And I actually looked up, and I was going to start watching Clone Wars.
Oh,
or at least enough to give it a try to see, because I hear so many people talking about how wonderful it is, and for a lot of people really enjoy the animated shows and everything. So I will give it a try and see if I like it. But I'm not guaranteeing anything. But Star Wars, and everybody seems to think it's really good. So hey, All right, we do have another feedback here, and this, of course, comes from Phoenix Dave, and he said, "Thank you, Matt Burlingame and Tom and Chubbs Gone Wild, for the holiday gift box. Included were 5 pairs of Halloween socks. How did you know I love Halloween socks? I have 15 pair." That's pretty cool. That was spot on. I guess that was a meant to be. Uh, Greeting cards, candy, a pop-up card, the owl puzzle, a zipper bag with lots of stickers, a window light catcher, and a Halloween scene LED lamp. I love this, by the way. So our listeners that watch the video, this is kind of what the lamp looks like, and it lights up inside. It's really, really cool. I have one myself. Oh, and this wasn't in it, but I'll show you this too. My new cup. Say, for those aren't not watching the video, it is a cauldron cup that says witch's brew on it. All right. Thank you so much. I will be wearing the socks tomorrow to work. I absolutely love the entire package, and I'm so appreciative of your show and of the gift. Happy Gate from P.S. Tom, thank you so much for the YouTube horror recommendations. Your Nuke's Top 5 was so effing scary that I could only watch it at work during the day. I tried watching some of the shows at home at night and immediately started having nightmares and overactive imagination thoughts. I finally finished watching that series, and now I'm ready to move on to your next suggestion, but damn, that scared the shit out of me. Thanks again for all you both do.
And he's got Freddy Krueger socks on.
Yeah, and if you open it up, so he included the socks that he's been wearing.
Tried them all. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
those knives.
So starting with the It, and then
It,
to the Scream and Beetlejuice, and
Jack and Sally. Okay, that's
yeah,
Nightmare Before Christmas. There's Beetlejuice.
and I think those are his songs.
Scream,
And then there's
Chucky,
Chucky and
and
um
Nightmare Before Mill Street.
yes,
The
Freddy.
pill's kicking and I can't talk.
Freddy Krueger. So yeah, I thought those socks were pretty cool. You know, one of the things that was kind of odd was like when I ordered the socks, and then there was like 5 or 6 pair of them, and so I sent them, and there was like an extra It one in it. It was just like this one extra sock that they stuck in there, and I'm like, do I send this? And it just seemed weird, like one sock is missing or what. But I just sent it. I was like, hey, he can find something to do with that one extra sock. Maybe he can wear it on his other foot. Anyway, so glad that you like the package. We really love that. So we want to go
Check your
ahead.
mail right now.
Check my mail right now.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Is this my texts? Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, ooh.
See,
When the
that's what you
thumb
do.
sock
That's
has
what happens with the extra sock.
yeah, actually I could see that happening too. But yeah, oof, yeah.
Somebody posted something, not this one, but somebody else posted about, what do you do with, socks that have become useful for other things, like you mentioned. And I said, let's hear it for all the moms that turned their son's socks inside out, continually turn their son's socks inside out, because that's the proper way to wash socks. And I mean, those moms with teenage boys, they pay the price.
Yeah, yeah. See, for me, I think at that point I would be all like, okay, so now you're gonna learn how to do laundry, because I just don't need to be no. All right, but we do have some chub hugs to send out. The first one I would like to send out is to Tim and James for the early birthday present. Thank you so much. They got me a neat little witch's pin. I really appreciated that, and made my day. And also I want to send some chub hugs out to my friend Shafina and her family who are stationed in Jerusalem right now. And she has two young kids. They're like 6 and 3. So she's having a real tough time, kind of, balancing, making sure that they understand the horrors of what's going on without making them scarred for the rest of their lives, basically. So, they're hoping to get, her husband would have to stay because he's still commissioned, but she and the kids could be evac'd out of there, but apparently not yet. So it's very worrying. So anyway, big chub hugs out to them. How about you?
Well, obviously the situation that's going on, which I don't know enough about because I don't have cable, but I do know about it, and yeah, definitely for all the people that are being mistreated in this situation, I sent out chub hugs to, and I also sent out chub hugs to anyone who's ever had to have a hydrocele bilateral done, and you had someone on your other show that had it done, and it is although the process itself is fine, you wake up and they go, just don't shower for a few days, and if you do, don't be just let the water run over the affected area, don't really get in and scrub anything for a few weeks. And then of course there's that whole walking and feeling your testicles every time you move, or and sitting down, getting up is actually the worst part for me, because you just feel gravity is going, no, we like sitting on something that's holding us up. Oh, now we're holding ourselves, and there's just this dull, terrible ache. But
have you been wearing a jock strap?
No, I can't do that. I'm too fat to wear a jock strap comfortably. But I bought all those MeUndies specifically to maintain the boys. That's why I bought them to begin with, because before the hydrocele kicked in again, they were like dangling everywhere. So that was a good way of keeping them restricted, and that did a really good job for me until the hydrocele kicked in, and then they did a really good job at holding that in too. But I mean, the jock strap just wasn't working for me. It was more painful than anything, especially when the strap comes right over your ear. So you can't, you've got to remove everything to urinate. It's just, it wasn't, so it's the thing, what I wanted, this is what I wanted somebody to piss me off. Just somebody pissed me off live. They had to piss me off live, because I was going to go, hey, I just had my scrotum filleted. I don't need to hear this from anyone. All right. And them just going, wait, what? Because that's, and it has to be a man, because a woman wouldn't care. But a man, you tell him, imagine having your ball sack, a scalpel run up the ball sack, and then pulling the shit out of the ball sack.
And how much fluid did they get out?
Just under 1 liter.
Yeesh.
And it's weird. I was thinking, why was it so much bigger than that? And they said, well, it's a lot of swelling on top of the whole thing. Even though it may not have been uncomfortable to you, it was a lot of swelling. So it was just a different kind of moisture, I guess.
So,
but
I guess.
But I since the surgery, I'm down 1 pound. Surprising. No, but what happened was, as soon as I got the surgery, I was down I wasn't down any weight. I was actually, my body started retaining water because of the it's just what the body does.
Yeah.
And so after a week, I'm down a pound. So that's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's very good.
And I just want to go back to the gym and have my life back again.
I know, but it's great that you had that done. You're going to be so happy when you don't have to deal with that all the time.
And now instead of having a giant bulge, I'm going to have a camel toe again, which I always kind of loved.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
what were we talking about?
Oh,
Sorry.
Chub Hugs.
Chub hugs. Yeah. Okay. I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Let's jump into some celebrity news here. We have a few deaths to report, including Michael Chiarello,
That's what I guess. Cheryl.
the acclaimed restaurateur, celebrity chef, and former Food Network star, died at 61 after an acute allergic reaction that led to anaphylactic shock.
God, what would he have possibly eaten that would have done that he wouldn't know about?
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
what's weird.
Shauna Tripkick.
There's only one Val. I don't believe this is the real last name. I think this is made up.
It may have been a typo. I don't know, but the Emmy nominated costume designer known for crafting interstellar looks for Firefly, Osaka, the Book of Boba Fett, and The Mandalorian, died at age 56. Far too young. Terrence Davies, the BAFTA-winning screenwriter and director, best known for his autobiographical films Desert Voices, Still Lives, and The Long Day Closes, died October 7th at 77. Dick Butkus, the feared and former intense linebacker for the Chicago Bears, who later became a fixture in films, TV shows, and commercials, died October 5th at age 80. Man, I remember him being in everything when I was a kid. And it's always funny because of his name. Keith Jefferson, an actor, producer, and voiceover talent known for roles in several Quentin Tarantino films, died at 53. No cause of death was given, but he revealed he was battling cancer on August 9th. Oy, these guys are just dying so young. All right, Frank Biden's penis. Have you seen it?
No, I saw him naked, but I didn't see the penis part.
Yes, well, just head over to X and Google Frank Biden's penis and it'll pop right up. I saw it this morning and well done, sir. Well done. Yes, that family is quite blessed. So, yeah. And of course, political most of the anti-Biden people are all like, oh my god, it's disgusting, and everybody else is kind of like, well, hello sir, I know you're 70, but come on in. Anyway, Jada Pinkett Smith reveals that she and husband Will Smith have been living completely separate lives since 2016. In a clip from her forthcoming NBC News prime time special, Pinkett Smith said the couple has not previously gone public with their separation because they were not ready yet. They were
We've
still
known about this for years. What is
Oh,
she?
I know. I'm like, come on, this makes complete sense. I mean, yeah. They were still trying to figure out between the two of them how to be in partnership, she said. Whatever. This is the biggest beard relationship. I still kind of think that they're both covering each other. I mean, I would just love it. I would absolutely love it if Jada Pinkett Smith came out and basically said, you know what? I'm either bi or I'm a big lesbian and this is my life partner or whatever. I'd just be like, yay. Anyway, moving on. The dates for the 6th and final season of The Crown were announced Monday, alongside with a new trailer with Imelda Staunton starring as Queen Elizabeth in her later years. In the new preview, she is seen walking past images of herself as a younger woman, played by Claire Foy and Olivia Colman.
You're going to have to send me the picture because everything I've looked up, there's no pictures of his penis.
Okay, that's fine. So anyway, so that's happening. I'm sad to see that it is ending, and I'm also sad to see that instead of it focusing mostly on her or the crown as it would be, they're going to end it by jumping into William and Kate's romance, which
Yeah.
I just like as soon as the boys started getting married, it was just like, I don't know if I care anymore. Well, I think Masonly, after she passed away, I was kind of like, I'm done. So anyway, but Tom wants to talk to you about.
Oh shit. Let me look. Okay, there we are. There we are. Oh, by the way, I did want to mention to all of our listeners, I did not die.
Oh, well, that's good.
I know it seems obvious now, but I did want to let everyone know that I did not die during the surgery. So, yeah. Actually, the funny thing was, everybody was really nice, and I went into the room and they said, "Oh, we're going to give you some oxygen and something to make you feel a little more comfortable." And Mr. Swanner, how are you feeling? Well, yeah. Okay. Okay, the surgery's all done. And I'm like, what? What? Yeah, so
I like that.
yeah, so it was quick, and I don't know if it was quick or not. But the nice thing is, the guy goes, well, it doesn't look like they're going to give you any painkillers, but I can give you something now before you leave. And then the doctor comes in and goes, how are you feeling? Okay. And he goes, well, I'm sending you home. I'm setting you up with some painkillers. Oh, there's nothing on the thing, on the list, says the guy. And he goes, oh, you need to read better, which was rude. He had just added it.
Oh,
he had just added it. And they were Norco 10s, which I guess are good ones.
Yes, from what I understand.
It does say across the top, it says opioid, which was, I didn't check and see if there's a refill on that baby. I know there won't be, but
no, my father used to have to take those sometimes.
Yeah, but they are they're quite effective, except they're kind of like Vicodin. For me at least, after you take them, you basically have no opinion on anything.
Yeah. No, I do remember having to after, I don't know what it was years ago now, but I had to, I don't know, where you do something like a teeth thing or something, they give you like 5 or something, and I just remember thinking, wow, this is what life should be all the time. Just very nice, very okay, everything's good. Sure, let's go for a walk. I can do
John
it.
says these are 6, you take them every 6 hours, and I'm like, oh, so would I get like 10? And he goes, no, you got 30.
Oh wow.
I know.
Space them out better, make them last. But
yeah, I know. I wasn't taking any today, and then you go, let's record. Okay. Otherwise, you would have had not a very exciting show. So how do you feel about that? I don't feel, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Okay. Oh, my week. Okay. My week. Let's see, on Big Brother, they sent McCall home. Now it's like Nicole, but McCall. It was an M-E instead of an N-I. for McCole. It's terrible name. And Felicia stayed. Then Boy Jane, she wins and puts up Felicia and Sari. And I know that she didn't. None of them won the POV. Jag won the POV, so we'll see if he pulls anybody down. Let's see. We finished up Murders in the Building last week, and basically, I was suspect of the ending. Where in the past weeks past years, they'd go, well, the killer is the person who's the personal assistant of Tina Fey, and it's like, who? Oh, she was in contention. What? So it was very Agatha Christie.
Okay.
And calling out the person who didn't even show up until 15 minutes before the end of the story. But this one was kind of there, and it has been renewed for season 4. So which is good, because I thought they were only going to go to 3.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But I mean, I haven't watched it, but I keep up with it through you guys.
Yeah. Let's see. True Blood. We're just finishing up season 3. We're actually, tonight's episode will be the end of season 3. There's only 10 to 12 episodes, so they go by quick, really quick. Well,
Yeah.
it's so different when you're watching like Charmed that had 22 episodes a season.
Yes.
And then you watch something that's got 10. And so in the same amount of time, you're already into the 3rd season, and they're just getting started on their 2nd one. Yeah. So let's see. Sam met his family, and and this is the reason why you don't find out who your real family is. That's all I'm saying. They're all of all the times I've heard of people go, well, I found my family that I didn't know I had. I was adopted. I was, whatever the situation was, and it's always white trash. I mean, and it's not good white trash either. It's not like sexy white trash, it is just like, oh my God, why did you look up these people? Now we've got to send them cards at Christmas and stuff like that. What were you thinking?
Yeah.
Phone calls at the holidays. No, this is horrible. So yeah, I think if you really like the family that you have, enjoy them, because it could be so much worse. Yeah. And Sam found that out. Let's see. Jason wants to be a cop, and that's Suki's brother. And the thing is, it's fun watching him again, because I seem to like Jason far too much. I was giving him complete, okay, well, he's a hothead, and he's dumb, and and he's one of those people that you should not be hanging out with, but he's so pretty. He was just he was all upset because the quarterback of the football team that he used to be the quarterback on is on V, so he can throw the ball further. He's got stamina. He's like this great player, and Jason's go, I used to go out there and do it without V, and I wanted him to go, how were you quarterback? How did you even see over the center when he he would give you the ball? How could you even look over the top of him? You're so tiny. Especially against the new quarterback, who's like a foot taller than he is. They tried to make it look like he wasn't, but long shots do not give, they don't lie. Yeah, and then the king of king of Mississippi is now thinking he can walk out and be running around in the sunlight because he had some Masuki blood, and it only works a short while because she's not full fairy. It's so weird when you try to explain this thing, but for those of you that remember True Blood, it's a fucking mess. So okay, let's see, we'll be talking about that. You're watching you're not watching the British Bake Off yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, this coming up 3rd week, we're into oh wait, no, we had biscuits last week, and this week is bread. I think this is bread week. And
Like Bread Week.
yeah, you and Oprah. It's funny that way.
Mm-hmm.
But
One thing that we have in common.
it's still a delightful new show, and I hear that they're already complaining about the new girl. But come on, if you're going to keep Noel, we need to have somebody that'll call him on his weird shit. That's all I'm saying, Oh, and it's interesting. See, I've got this bruise right here on my arm. For those of you who see it, it's where my
Sean got rough.
where they put the IV in. Yeah. Sean's like, we need to put you in some long sleeve shirts if you're going out, because I don't want to have to deal with that talk. But what's interesting is that the bruise on my arm has been mirroring the bruised scrotum that I have.
Oh.
So yeah, Sean's going, so how are you feeling? And I go, well, it's more of like a yellow purple now. So that's where I'm at, and which saves him from looking,
Oh, I thought he'd want to look just to.
And this is what his look was. And he looked at it and went, and I'm like, really? This is your bedside manner that you have as a nurse? My God. And he's like, well, no, it's that, and it's yours, so it's different. I'm like, okay, sure it is. On Masked Singer this week, they exposed another one of their Masked Singers, and it was Tom Sandoval, who is on Binder Hump. No, shit. It's one of those housewives, but it's not a housewife. It's Vanderpump Rules. That's it.
Okay.
And what was funny was last week, Ken John guessed that it was Anthony Anderson, and it was. And this week he says, I think this is Tom Sandoval, and it was. So they're like going, what's going on here? You're usually the worst guesser, and you've guessed the first two of the new season. He goes, I guess this is season Ken, because it's season 10. It's actually season Ken. And it's like, okay,
maybe they're just such nobodies that he,
Oh no, these are decent people for this show. Come on. Anthony Anderson from Blackish, but he was the only one that guessed him, and that was weird.
Yeah, maybe there finally shows that he watches.
That's true. Or he's been on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. On Gen V this week, we're still keeping up with the exploring all these new people, and there was somebody that it was really gory, and I can't remember. Maybe it was True Blood. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of gore lately, so that's been interesting. Let's see. Survivor's been okay. It's really terrible because there's this one, as always, there's one tribe that's full of shit. They've got the bad people. They keep losing. They throw off all of what the producers are hoping happens. They throw all that off because they keep losing everything. And so the first week they were going to get rid of the one girl who was, and I said, like you, and the fact she's actually, I shouldn't have said you. I used you because that's what our audience would know. But better one to use is, and I can't think of her name now. She was the one that was working with us at the theater, and she called you on anything you said if you said the wrong name.
Yes, I'd prefer not to say her name, but
okay, but you know what I'm talking about. That's kind of who
she
was. So, but what happened was there's another girl on the team that wanted out. She just wanted to leave the show. It's too hard. She was crying all the time, so they got rid of her. So they were going to get rid of the girl this time, but they've got this one guy who's a lot like you and I would be in a survivor situation. Where, this poor fucker cannot pull himself up a rope ladder because he has no core at all. And there, I mean, there's it's like trying to push a 10-pound bag of potatoes when you've got no strength up over a fence. It's like he can't help you, and you don't have enough strength to get this 200-pound human being up over a fence. It's terrible. So he went this week. So the girl's still there, but they're all like going, you really need to improve your attitude so we stop trying to vote you off. And she's like, I'm getting that idea. It's like, I'm gonna kill her. Bill Maher's back he's been back 2 weeks now. So that's nice to have that back on HBO Max. And then I say Max because that's what it's called now, but truly he's on HBO. It's so confusing. On Max as well, there's a new show called Ghost Adventures Devil's Island, where it's talking about Angel's Island, which is the island in the San Francisco Bay that was very much like Ellis Island was in the New York Bay. And that's where immigrants would come through and they would house them until they figured out what they were going to do with them. And so it was a terrible place for especially for the Asian communities that would come through there. And I guess it was quite awful and ugly. And Ghost Adventures basically they call it a movie because they had 2 episodes about the same thing. So it's a very special one for Halloween. It's just 90 minutes long instead of 45 minutes long. So, and it was good, but I don't know. It's just, it's so dramatic sometimes with that group, which is fun. And then sometimes it's like too much. On Golden Bachelor, have you watched any of the Golden Bachelor yet?
No, that is one of the next ones on my list.
Okay,
I've heard some horrible things about it, though.
Oh, well, the Golden Bachelor, it's not that it's so bad. First of all, it's huge in the ratings. Huge. I think they did like 11 million the first week. And I mean, Veep, I think their top week for Veep was 750,000 people watching. So,
wow.
So 11 million is a lot. But the problem is that you're dealing with women in either, whether they're old or young, you're dealing with women and their feelings. And so they're all getting jealous and they're getting, like paranoid that they're, going to be sent away, and just, it's one thing after another. And at the end of the first episode, they showed one of the women and said she had died. So they've already got a contestant that was sent away the first week, and and she's died since. And it's like, okay, now when we watch the regular Bachelor, the one thing that we're not worried about is which one of the bachelorettes are going to pass away before the show starts.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's otherwise the guys
all the traveling and all the work and all the stress of the whole thing.
So this will definitely, I'm sure they're going to do this again, probably with a bachelorette, and that's all some 65-year-old woman needs is 24 old men that want to jump her bones, because you're also dealing with an entirely different generation too. So that's one thing that's kind of interesting in the Golden Bachelor, is the change of generations. But still, it's weird when contestants are dying. Bachelor in Paradise,
I'll get there.
As awful as ever, but still, it's kind of like, it's like when you're eating popcorn at the theater, and you pull it, you get like a hole, or you get an unpopped kernel, and you're just kind of flicking it off onto the floor or something, and that should be a deterrent. If you're getting kernels, you're probably too low in the bucket. Maybe it's time to stop, but I'm going to keep eating because and as with Bachelor in Paradise, sometimes it's just too good to not keep eating. That sounds bad, but okay. Anyway, on Netflix, Wes Anderson has 4 new short films that are coming out. Two are already out. One's called The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, and it's Benedict Cumberbatch. And it also has Ray Fine. Ray Fine plays Roald Dahl, right?
Okay.
He created Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and wrote The Fabulous Mr. Fox. He also did Witches, and he's Roald Dahl. Well, in there, Ray Fiennes is playing Roald Dahl, and he's like narrating these horrible vignettes that they're doing. It's horrible. It's Wes Anderson. It's an awful show. I sat there going, this isn't going to get any better. And it's too short for me to turn off. So I have to watch the whole fucking thing. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. And like, if you like Wes Anderson shows and the bullshit kind of way he makes movies, then go ahead and give it a try. But
Didn't he make,
God,
didn't he make Nightmare on Elm Street stuff?
no,
Oh, okay.
no, that's a
Oh,
different.
that's Wes Craven.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay. I watched one movie called Wretched, which was on Netflix. And wait, was it Netflix?
Mhm.
Netflix. It was Netflix. And it's about some kid who goes to stay with his dad. His parents are getting a divorce. So he's staying with his dad over the summer. His dad's running like a little harbor in a lake area. And the house that they're living next to has a witch, and she's starting to eat the children. Yeah. And it just got worse from there. It's not good. And then I did something that you do a lot, and that is watch Halloween episodes of old TV shows.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I was basically desperate for anything. So I watched a couple episodes of Modern Family's Halloween because they always had great Halloween episodes.
Mhm.
And then I watched a couple episodes of Roseanne.
Oh, she usually did pretty good.
Well, yeah, but you go back and you watch those shows and you go, were those filmed at the where we used to film Being Gay Today? Because that's how it looks like. The film quality is. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, terrible. First of all, it's still in the square in the box, like some of the old shows are. Well, many of the shows are. And so that was fine, but it's just like, I mean, they were trying, but they were really clunky. Fortunately, the writing was so good. Let's see. Jack Osborne has a new scary on Max. Now, Jack Osborne he's had so many different shows, most of them paranormal. He has them, they're out for a year, they're out for 2 years, and then they get canceled. And then he's got another one coming out. Now, all my favorites from like the different cable services, they've all been canceled, and they're all moving into YouTube to keep their cash coming through, basically. But Jack Osborne, all he has to do is fart an idea, and they go, "Oh yeah, we'll back it." And this time he's taking celebrities, including his mother, into scary places and doing hunts. But it just feels like, oh, it's all about the celebrity that they're there with, and less about what's actually going on. Although the second person he had was Jenny McCarthy, and I know you don't like Jenny McCarthy, but I don't love her
I think she's a good performer.
For all of her politics, I don't like her. Yep. But she is, first of all, so gorgeous.
Yes.
And she's running through this mansion, and her hair is never out of place. So beautiful. Yeah. Just, I mean, the whole time I'm like, well, what ghost is going to attack her? She's just too damn pretty. So I'm focused on her and less about what's going on in the house. And then Jack's put on a little weight, so he's looking, a little more snuggly. It becomes more of a, who's hot and who's not, and less of a, ooh, there's a ghost. And finally, I did want to mention that Frasier starts next week on Paramount Plus. So new episodes of Frasier, and they're only seen on Paramount Plus, at least at this point. And there's a lot of new shows, a lot of new movies coming out over the next few weeks. Still coming out. We've got Strays just came out on Peacock, and that is Will Ferrell, where they have real life dogs and then they make them talk. They're the voiceover type thing, kind of like Babe was, where it's not animated, but it's and it looks funny. So I'll give that a try. And I didn't write down the rest of them, but there were some other ones too that look good that are coming up and coming out. So look for those. And I think that may be it for me.
Okay. Well,
I
at least for
I
this.
didn't have time to go out, so I had time to stay home and take pain pills and watch TV. So
Well, that sounds lovely. Yeah, it's something I might want to try this week. But so I did not watch any more Osaka yet.
over with.
Yeah, is it done?
Yes.
Okay, then I will go catch up on a few episodes so we can cross it off our list. Halloween Baking Championship, I cannot access it. It tells me that I need to pay for it.
Oh, wait. And now,
Yeah,
okay,
I don't know.
go to Max.
Okay.
It's on
It's on
Max.
Max. Okay. I'll do that. I'll have to.
Yeah, for some reason, when you're going through Prime,
Yeah.
they have this weird thing, and if it says pay, sometimes all you have to do is click on it, go down, and then there'll be a pay for and a free one.
Yeah,
They're
I don't
weird.
know what it is, but when I click on it, it says it, because it's different on the TV setup than on the computer setup. And so I'll have to check it out again. But
Yeah.
the new ones, it's like, nope, you have to pay for it. So
Well, and I'll tell you, the one thing that I've noticed from the new show is that the costumes that they have the judges on has just gotten better and better and better every season.
Oh, I know. Some of the ones that they have Carla in are so beautiful.
Yeah, Carla's is always the best one.
Yeah.
It's always amazing. So
and usually the boy, what's his name? The cute gay guy. Zach.
Yes.
Costumes usually aren't that great.
No,
Women's
but
are beautiful.
yeah, it's I'm sure that Carla said, I'll do the show, and yeah, I'll put on your fucking costumes, but I better have the best one.
Yeah.
Because she does.
That alien one. That
Yeah,
green
that was
alien
amazing.
one.
Just amazing.
Perfect. And Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
I did watch it.
On Disney Plus.
What do you think about it?
It's first of all, it's better than it's better than the Eddie Murphy, and it's better than the Muppets.
Absolutely. Oh, by far. I don't know how the Muppets did bad, but they did.
Well, it wasn't as bad as Eddie Murphy's, so.
No. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one.
It was short, and they kept it to shticky kind of, Muppet shtick.
Yeah.
This one, they had a good storyline. I like the fact that they kept one thing that Disney's always done when they do stuff based on rides is they always send out love towards the rides. So if it's something prominent in the ride, like there's this one part in the Haunted Mansion where they're going across the dining room, above the dining room, looking down into the dining room, going, wait, they shot that from the tram.
Yeah,
that's the way you see it, as you're not tram, but the little egg things that you're in.
Right. Oh, and the way that the chair went through, they were stuck in the chair while it was going through the hallway or whatever like that. That was another homage that I noticed.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good one, because it didn't look like the chairs in the ride. It was one of those round chairs that usually is hung from the top, and you're sitting in it, and so a lot of people curl up into that if they're skinny bitches, and you can kind of sleep. It's like a big chair, and yes, it would just they're going, oh my god, the rattan's never going to hold them, but okay, keep going. But yeah, but the show, it did get a little slapsticky.
Yes.
It never got to the point of where I was considering speeding through.
Yeah.
So, which means a lot for these kind of shows.
Mhm.
And I completely understand why they brought it out in July, because they knew that if they would do okay with it, but that way they could bring it out in October on Disney Plus and make a big deal of it. So, and they never brought out Indiana Jones in September like they had promised. So they must be holding it.
I thought they did.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's because I think my mom will enjoy watching that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that they cast it really well. I was very okay, very happy, very satisfied with all of the cast. Yeah. Uh I didn't hate it. And I think for a show like this, for me to be able to say I didn't hate it is very good, because some of the stuff they've done in this vein lately, I've just been like, oh.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's one that I would necessarily watch again or add to my Halloween watching,
Right.
but it was entertaining. And yeah, I I I know that they did it this way because it is the movie that it is, and for the subject matter that it is, and the audience that it is. I would have liked for them to have a version of it that is a little bit more, I don't know, uh, adultish. Uh,
Okay.
I think, and with the same cast, because I think the cast was like the thing that stood out the best about it. But anyway, so I would definitely say that, especially if you like the Haunted Mansion ride or whatever, you definitely should give it a try, a thing. Because even I, who was on it like when I was 24, was watching it going, oh yeah, I remember that. So anyway, all right. As far as I don't think there's anything else we're watching quite yet. We're gonna have about 3 or 4 added to that soon, I think, though.
Yeah. It's coming up.
Yeah. Let's see. So for me, I got a haircut today, just this morning. I was actually very happy with it. You know, I've had like the last 4 or 5 haircuts that I've had, I've just been like, "Ah, well, it is what it is." But this one, I was pretty happy with. So I just
There's no, the worst thing somebody can say to you about a haircut is, well, the good thing is it'll grow out.
yeah, exactly. But nobody ever says that. Everybody's like, "Oh, it looks good." But for me, I like it a certain way. And mom got a haircut too, and I think she was kind of like, but I'm like, no, it looks really good. So, so well, guess what I did? So I ordered my Yule cards for the year, and last night I printed out all the address labels for them, and I ordered my new address labels, and so now I just have to get stamps, and I've already got all the stuff that I'm putting in the cards, which I got several months ago, and so now all my Yule cards are just ready to get done. So yeah. Anyway, so I don't have to worry about that come Thanksgiving, unless I don't know, something just I become a big slacker the next couple weeks. Hey, guess what? I got told that putting Cool Whip on a chicken pot pie was weird.
Not for me, you didn't.
No, you were very supportive, kind of, but the other, like there was like 24, 25 other people that were just like, that is the weird. Oh, I could never do that. That's just yeah.
Yeah, what they were really saying was, well, what do you expect? He's fat.
Well, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. But the thing that I was having my pot pie, but okay, so when I eat my pot pie, I usually take the top crust off and enjoy it separately. Unlike the weird people that mash it all into the other stuff, I'm like, well, why have a crust anyway?
Well, I
Anyway,
usually throw the top part away.
Oh, I love the top part. I love that crust. Anyway, but I was tasting it and I was like, this almost tastes like, just fruit pot. I could just put some Cool Whip on this. So anyway, I posted about it thinking it was funny. And well, I guess I made a lot of people sick to their stomach, like in real life.
Well, and I think my observation was correct, that if you had
Yes.
a pot pie and
Mhm.
you put the same amount of sour cream on it, everyone would be going, "Ooh, I never thought about that.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's a great idea."
Yep.
But because yours happens to be a non-dairy dessert topping,
Right. It's got
that
the sweetness.
it's again
Yeah.
fat people trying to figure out another way of throwing more calories onto something with already too many calories.
Yeah. Although with the Cool Whip is 16 calories per, and then the other is more. So actually it would be less calories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought it was funny and I liked seeing everybody's reactions. So the fortune cookie, as I mentioned, the audiobook, it is finished. It is being processed. I worked with Gary Messnick, well, actually Nephi, who has been a really big help with all of this. He is the one that actually kind of was our go-between, but worked with Gary Messick, and yeah, very happy with the results, and so that's getting out there soon. And of course, our patrons who have been patrons for at least a month, which most of them have been with us for a number of years, um, are going to get copies of that as soon as it is actually released. All right. Next up, so this amazing thing happened this week. So Corey Hart, who many of our listeners know, I have been a Corey Hart fan, Uber fan since I was like 15, and was desperately heart sickly in love with him. And now I'm much older and respect him as an artist, and but I'm still a big fan. Anyway,
See, I
he
just wanted to
released,
fuck him.
what's that?
Nothing.
Weird. Anyway, he released a new song this week called Dinosaurs, and
Oh,
it is basically a song that chronicles his journey through having a sports injury and having to have had three of his vertebrae like fused, and has had major pain and back issues for years because of it, to the point where there were some point in times that he couldn't like really do anything. So fans, we didn't know that he's had this for like 18 years or something like that. We had no idea. So it was really odd, but felt nice to be let in to that, I guess. Anyway, it's a great song. You can go over to YouTube, watch the video, listen to the song, whatever. But he's been kind of posting on Facebook to some of the fans, the hardcore fans, like the Caravanners, and being like, "Hey, I'm here for a little bit. You ask me a question, I'll try to answer it." And my question got answered, so it was very nice. It's always fun when you're a big fan of somebody or love their work and they you know talk to you directly through social media, quite well, your dear friends from from Cats, and I'm blanking on her name. It's ridiculous. What's her name?
Eddie Buckley.
Thank you. Anyway, so yeah, quite well.
Yeah, but I never wanted to fuck Betty Buckley.
Well, when I was 15 through 20 something, yes, I would have deliciously, wonderfully been happy to do whatever Corey wanted. Now, I simply, think he's an
Too
awesome
old?
guy. What?
Is he too old now?
Honey, I just said that Frank Biden at 70 was welcome to come on in. So I don't think age would be the difference.
Okay. Just
Anyway,
checking.
but Corey's a little thin for me. Anyway, moving on. So I started to watch the Halloween stuff. I watched Casper. And some parts I really like the movie. I think it's a great cast, but there are some parts of it that still make me cringe, especially those three ghosts that they have as the antagonists are just like
Well,
disgusting.
I hated them in cartoon form, so
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, but the rest of it is very fun, and of course Bill Pullman and our sweet what's her name, Wednesday. I'm blanking on names again. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about?
you do.
Okay. So whoever she is. Uh, so they both,
The Adams Family and Adams Family values Wednesdays, so don't
yes,
confuse kids
that's true.
which Wednesday it is. But she was
Anyway,
also in Wednesday, so that makes it all the more confusing.
oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they made the movie. They really made the movie great. So I went over to Disney because our dear friend Mr. Clint loves Werewolf by Night. It's one of his absolute favorites, and so I went over and watched it again this year so I could try to figure out why he thought it was so great. And actually, I liked it. I got a lot more out of it. Now, I'm not saying I like it as much as he does, but I got a lot more out of it watching it this year than I did last year, because last year just left me going, what the fuck was that? But this year, actually, I kind of enjoyed it. Not saying it's going to be a regular thing, but at least I understood what the hell was going on. I found that Interview with a Vampire is on Max. That's the series of it that came out a little bit ago this year, not that horrible movie from years ago. I had left
Oh,
off
this one. Okay, now I remember this. Okay.
Okay, so I left off like halfway through episode 3 before. So this one I made it up to episode 6 before turning it off because I was watching it at a time when I had a lot of anxiety, and it was just not conducive to not having anxiety. But I did actually enjoy it. Got better as the episodes went on, because the first few episodes I was like, I don't care. I do not care about you people. Anyway, but yeah, it got better. So I will finish out at least this season of it, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. Then I watched Invasion on Apple TV, which I talked a little bit about last time, and you said, because I got up to like episode 4 and said I don't really like it, and you said keep going, it gets better. I will agree with you. It got better in at least the story and the intensity of the story, but still, I finished the season going, I do not like any of these characters except maybe the school kid who is like turning out to be, well, because he was a bullied. The girl, him and the girl,
Right.
They're probably like at least characters that you kind of cared about. You wanted them not to die or whatever. But then the boy becomes some conduit to being able to get rid of the aliens or blah blah blah. And okay, this is like going back to the original V with Elizabeth being the star child, like pretty mama. Mm-hmm.
Well, let me just mention that because I've been working, I started season 2.
Uh-huh.
First episode was interesting, and it's progressively gotten worse. I'm stopping.
Okay. So yeah, I feel it's like I feel like, man, they were just right there to having the series that I would have been totally all in on.
Right.
They just like lack heart or soul, like that woman, the woman doctor.
Focus. It's focus.
Yeah.
It's like there's too many storylines, too many characters. Made me at least like one of them.
Exactly. I didn't like any of them. Though I said the kids, but I did like the doctor woman, but she had a shit husband. She had annoying fucking kids
Yeah.
that wouldn't shut up. I don't know. It's like I wanted to like this. I really wanted to like this, and I just couldn't. Anyway, moving on. Of course, I've watched about another season of The Good Witch, which I absolutely love and adore. And that's been my, well, week and 2 days, because we are recording a little bit late this week. All right, well, what's in your advice box? Well, let's find out. Dear Miss Manners, I received the most beautiful earrings from a new boyfriend for my birthday, and I opened the box to wear them. There was a price tag hidden in the jewelry box itself. I am sure he did not see it to remove it, while the jewelry was significantly more expensive than I had expected. There is a little guilt now, knowing the price and not saying anything. Do you think I should say anything or just let it be?
Wait, so she's complaining that they're more expensive than she thought, but she loves them.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand the problem.
Just take the gift.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't say that it's a newer boyfriend. It doesn't say that it's not somebody that she might not want to marry. I don't get it. I don't see the problem.
No, I mean, because I thought that they were going to be significantly cheaper than she thought that they were going to be. And she was
Right.
complaining about that. It's like, we've been together this long. You think I would get something more than $26.95 from the thrifties,
Right. Or
this
like,
is
well, we've only been going out like 2 weeks and he bought me like $1,000 earrings. Then I would, I could see her being a little like, I don't know.
take the money and run.
Yeah. Anyway, Miss Manner says, as the price does not, from an etiquette standpoint or an etiquette point of view, affect their value, even if the Hope diamond hung from one of the earrings, Miss Manners can only conclude that you felt your thanks were inadequate to the emotion being expressed. She will leave it to your mother to explain what is implicitly communicated by accepting expensive presents from a beau, which is, girl, you're gonna start putting out soon. If you keep the earrings anyway, she counsels another more effusive round of thanks the next time you wear them, without mentioning that you now know their value for insurance purposes. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Chubbs, do you believe in astrology? Why or why not?
I kind of do. I mean, there's like certain aspects of it I believe in, but I think that the astrology as a thing has gotten a really bad rep.
I completely agree. I do believe in astrology, as I do believe that like I have the big book of birthdays and it breaks everything down very much by the day you were born and blah blah blah.
Right.
And I believe that there's a lot of truth in that type of thing, that we are predisposed to have certain things that are assigned to certain things like that. So in that, I do agree. However, I also agree with you that the mass marketing of it has really not only given it a bad name, but taken some of has watered it down, shall we say. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've actually had somebody do my chart. This was back years ago, and it was not someone who knew me. Right. And they kept going, well, the interesting thing is that on your chart, I see women around you all the time, but I don't see you involved with these women.
Yeah.
He had no idea. And, I play off not being too, Nelly.
Occasionally.
So, and it was like, there were a lot of things that were hit that were like right on the nose. I don't know. I think that you take it with a grain of salt and then have some fun with it.
Yeah. When I had my chart done, one of the things that was that the woman said was so weird about it was that everything for me was like a straight shot forward. Like everything, like all my points where I was born was just like boom, blinders on, going. And then the other thing is like all my numbers and stuff are kind of weird because like even my birthday is 10/30/70. Like it's always like very defined numbers. So anyway. All right. Hey Chubbs, which of your personality traits are you most proud of?
I don't know.
Your charm,
No, I don't think I'm that charming.
your sweetness.
I'm not. See, I've turned into this horrible person that why
Well,
would anyone like me?
years of Sean keeping you a shut in has warped your sensibility. I think you should be proud of your cleverness.
Mm,
Yeah. Your wit. That's
mm.
fun. Yeah. As for me, I think the traits that I'm most proud of are my compassion and you know, my desire to help, even though I need to make sure that I keep a tight lid on that because I tend to uh, be too codependent. So, as most of my friends well know. But yeah. All right. Well, moving on, unless you have something witty to say. No? Okay.
Nothing
All right.
clever.
What's in what's in your lunchbox? Oh, by the way, if you want to send us any Chubbs questions, feel free to send it to chubsgonewild@gmail.com. And what's in your lunchbox? Well, Tom wants to start out. He has some beautiful photos here.
Yeah, we went to this place called the Hidden Dumpling
Oh,
over on it used to be the place called Midtown Sushi and Lou's Sushi, and now it's the Hidden Dumpling. Now the thing is, the food was excellent, but it was a bit pricey. I'll just say that it was pricey. The first picture is actually these are wontons,
they're
sloppy,
beautiful.
sloppy wontons, but they don't judge them by their look. They tasted fantastic. They were crispy, and the filling was yummy, and they had a good dipping sauce. The second one was scallion pancakes, and they're basically I don't know what was inside them, but they were so crunchy and buttery, even though it's not butter, but they just had that uh, whatever oil they fried it in was fantastic. There was no
Yeah.
bitterness from overheating. It was just fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Then that was a house chow mein, which was super yummy. They used just the right amount of smoke in it, which is an actual ingredient, and it was good. It was really good. And then the final one was calamari. Now the
Mm.
thing is, usually calamaris, when you've had calamaris, they're usually like this big, right?
Yeah.
They're little tiny. You could wear these as bracelets. They were huge,
Oh, wow.
and they were crunchy, and they weren't overcooked. There was no chew to the calamari itself. I'm not sure where they cut these on on the squid to make them, but
Yeah,
um,
those are
they were
big
good. It
guys.
was really good. But like I said, all this was quite expensive, and I was
Mm.
surprised. Um, oh, that's a leg. Okay, I was wondering what that thing was next to the calamari. It was
Oh,
somebody's,
I was like, whose leg is that? Yeah.
and the other thing was the place was filled with locals. You could
Mm.
tell because they looked like locals, like they walked there from their apartment.
Uh,
It, um, and then we had this strain of weirdo fat guys that came in while we were there.
don't call yourselves that.
They were all, first of all, they were the only three people that came in with masks to the restaurant, still
Okay.
wearing masks. And they were terribly dressed, all three of them. They had too many tattoos. It was like just hey, I've got some empty space over here. Just put something there, that type of tattoos that look like they had no reason to be the way they were.
Yeah.
Kind of
Very
tattoos.
eclectic. Yeah.
Yes. And so, and then one of them was looking for his cell phone. He lost his cell phone while he was there. And it's like, how do you fucking lose your cell phone? Especially for men. I could see if a woman, she thinks it's in her purse, so she's not looking that it fell on the floor. But guys, when I stand up, cell phone, keys, wallet, I'm always, before I leave someplace, maybe it's a weird thing, but that's what I do.
So
And
basically, these guys sound like locals. Yeah.
yeah. And so they ended up, it was underneath one of the tables, and it's like that there were other people and they didn't notice it underneath. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but we need to finish up and leave. These people are weird. So we took what we had leftovers of and left, and that was yummy. Yeah, but it's like I said, I would eat any of them again. Even Sean's like, well, I want to try some other things. I'm going, I know. I'm just saying that if someone goes, you want to go back there, I know 4 things that I would order.
Yeah,
And
those wontons look really good.
yeah, they were so tasty. And I was surprised because it looked like you weren't going to get a lot, but everything that came out was a ton of stuff, like a lot of food. Because I didn't think we were going to have enough food for us. And then by the time everything got out there, it was like, okay, I was wrong.
Cool.
So
nice.
Now Phoenix Dave.
Yes, well, Phoenix Dave, he says, well, dinner, chicken and mixed vegetable soups. I'm about halfway through when I took this picture, and it looks wonderful.
Yeah, it does.
I love shredded chicken like that. It's really good.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mr. Phoenix Dave. And then Mr. Moose wrote in and he said, here's everything I've eaten for 2 weeks. And wow, is it some neat looking stuff.
Thank goodness. I thought this poor man had stopped eating.
I know. Starving. Remember the brown sauce from earlier picture? Well, not yet, but we'll get to that. Okay. Well, here it is in a stir fry, chicken, broccoli, and carrots, added fresh garlic and ginger for extra flavor. And wow, that looks really good. And it almost looks as good as the next 2 photos, which are pumpkin cake. Yes, the cake was baked in a jelly roll pan, and the filling was vanilla buttercream. I cut into it to show the frosting. Yummy.
There's his beautiful plates again.
Yes, but that roll, oh gosh, pumpkin cake, yum. Pizza night, pizza, diced tomatoes, mushrooms, peppers, perfect complement to college football. Num num num. I've been craving pizza lately. Next up, we have still Saturday morning, still gloomy outside. I'm still bored. Cooked a pot of tikka masala, chicken, red pepper, water chestnuts. I like water chestnuts, just saying. Tomato paste, yogurt, sugar, cream, coconut milk, ginger, and other spices. Wow. That looks really good. I don't know if I'd ever try to cook it.
No, you don't. There's too many ingredients to try to cook this right. But this is something definitely. If you're at an Indian restaurant, you're either going to get the tikka masala or you're going to get the butter chicken. Yeah, it just happens.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Next up, we have a cool, cloudy day. Did get a short walk in, but looks like rain. Bored. Made spaghetti sauce for the freezer. Extra lean organic beef, carrots for sweetness, lots of garlic and basil, organic tomatoes, and a little chicken stock to mellow the acid out. That's interesting. When I would make spaghetti sauce, I know a lot of people put carrots in it. I don't like carrots in it, but one of the things that I would do to kind of cut it a little bit is I'd add a little Worcestershire sauce, and it would give it kind of a smoky little flavor to it too. Just yum. All right, and then let's see, Chinese brown sauce, making it on the stove.
Okay.
Going to freeze in individual portions. Basis basis for pepper steak, beef and broccoli, much more. Also, final sauce is ready to freeze. So he included a picture of the little individual ones that he did. And he also included a little video of him stirring the sauce on the stove. And just amazing. I imagine just having somebody that can cook all these wonderful things. And sorry, I was imagining it. Anyway, thank you so much, Mr. Moose. Really appreciate you sending all those wonderful photos. And you can find those over at facebook.com/ChubsGoneWild. Please go check them out, like them, and see all the good stuff. Mr. Phoenix Dave, and of course, Tom, those were beautiful photos. I'm still surprised at the size of those calamari.
I know. That's why I definitely had to take a picture. Even the small one at the bottom was not, it was double the size of anything you'd normally get in a basket of calamari.
It looks like onion rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they were so good. So good. Fortunately, Sean he's not a big fan of calamari.
All to yourself.
That's right.
Golden Rule Services. I guess I'm hungry. Golden Rule Services want you to know about an important tool in preventing you from contracting HIV. PrEP is a medication proven to be 99% effective in preventing HIV infection. To learn more about PrEP, visit sacgrs.org. Find Tom's other podcast at swannerandjudd.com. Find Matt's books at justkisstheguy.com. Find all our links at allmylinks.com/ChubsGoneWild. And you can give us a call at
408-69-CHUBS. Now, for all of you that don't seem to know what that number is, it's 408-69, and then you spell out CHUBS, CHUBS, on the buttons. They have letters on them.
Yeah.
So that's how, because obviously this has been too confusing because we've gotten no phone calls.
I know. The thing is, even on the other show, we use the same number. We don't use the Chubs, of course, but we use the same number, and we get no calls there either. I mean, the best thing is when, we get a couple Kathy Bacon calls, but we haven't gotten those in a long time either. She can't dial because her arm is messed up.
Shoulder.
Her shoulder is messed up, so she can't dial the phone.
Yeah. And just, which is weird because here we are coming up on Matt's, let's see, it's his 55th birthday.
No, not quite. A little lower.
Oh, that's right. 53rd.
Yeah.
Because you're born in 70.
Yeah.
All those big numbers, 10, 30, 70.
Bam, bam, bam. Yes. Yep. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that you enjoyed this beautiful supersized episode, and we will catch you in actually just a few days. So, all right. Bye.
Bye.
A network of inclusion.
UnivazPods.net.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network.
This has been a For Fuck's Sake production.